Hey friends, welcome to our channel Ritesh Talks, and today we are going to discuss on what is cloud computing, advantages, disadvantages of cloud computing. We'll also discuss on deployment models in the cloud computing. At the end of the video, we'll discuss top 5 cloud vendors available in the market. So let's get started. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing just an service which is available over the internet, and you can access it using one of the website address, and you can choose any service. You can assume computing, networking, storage, anything you can do with the help of your on-prem. You can do the same thing with the cloud computing. But what the benefit is over the few clicks you can get the resources, storage, anything you can assume you will get into the cloud computing. There are multiple companies into the market, especially they like AWS, Azure and Google Cloud. They are spending lot of money on the infrastructure part. So guys, there are a lot of job into the cloud computing as well, because cloud is the future. Nobody is staying for next 10 to 15 days for just procuring the system, and then you will install some of the antiviruses and other tools on that, then you will start working on that. But with the help of cloud computing, you can just raise few of the configurations. You have to state few of the configuration, and your machine will be enabled in a minute or two only. That's a beauty in the cloud computing. So you can say cloud is just another computer which is available in the other premises. That's the only difference. Let's discuss advantages of cloud computing. Cost saving is the number one advantage in the cloud computing, because prior to that what was happening that if I need a resource, like if I need a machine hardware, I'll go to the vendor and procure the machine and pay upfront amount to the vendor. But now what is the advantages of cloud computing? That we have provision to choose our resource for the time being as well. Like if I need a machine for 2 months, I can do that. I can pay only 2 months of time of bill to the AWS, Google or any vendor, cloud vendor you are using. Then they will stop billing because you are not using that machines. Second is time saving. Like I said, before cloud computing, if you need a machine, you need to get it approved from managers, multiple level of approvals, then you will get a machine. But now over the clicks you can get the machine. Flexibility you are getting in the cloud computing. This is one of the advantages, I would say. And then data security. Data security is always a debatable topic between multiple cloud vendors versus hardware suppliers. But I would truly say that data security is good with the cloud, because they are spending a lot of money on the security part. They have the very big team. They have the HIPAA compliant. They have ISO certified. So they have got all the certification, and don't worry about the security on the cloud especially. They have improved a lot. Pay per use model, that like I said, you have the flexibility to take a machine for 2 months or 2 days or 2 years. And definitely when you go for the higher amount of time, they also giving a credits or some heavy discount to your accounts. Then reliability and low maintenance cost. Low maintenance cost we will be covering in the next some kind of videos, you can say. And especially I'll talk about the serverless model. What is happening in the serverless model? What happens that if you need a machine, then you will also be responsible for patching, maintenance, installing antivirus, all these things, right? But what is happening in this serverless model, there is no need of patching, so there is no need of maintenance activities. So everything will be done by the cloud vendors. So in the coming videos we will see that how the serverless architecture works, and what is the advantages, and how it is very becoming popular in the market. So now we are going to discuss what are the disadvantages of cloud computing, because everything comes with a cost. So now what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage is like highly dependent on the internet. If you don't have that good internet bandwidth connection, it will be a problem for you to use the cloud computing services. Vendor lock-in period. Whenever you are going for the cloud vendor, any vendor, AWS, Azure, or Google, Alibaba, whatever vendor you are choosing, they have some of the rules and conditions that you must adhere while choosing cloud vendors. Otherwise, if you are migrating your application after 2 years, 3 years, then only you will need to see certain conditions. So please go through the documentation very carefully while choosing the cloud vendors. Then technical issues, lack of support. This is something I would say, if you have the AWS support paid plan, then it is very good for you, but the paid plan is very costly. So you are going to, if you are stuck in the problem and you need AWS assistance, they are going to charge you so much money for that. Privacy is one of the fundamental problem in the cloud, that if you are using, like I said, this is a public model, right? So public model is something that every lot of companies are coming together and sharing the resource. So if one machine is compromised due to in terms of security, so everyone website is compromised. So that type of challenges we have into the cloud computing. So now we have cloud computing models. Three types of cloud models we have. One is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Infrastructure as a service, which says that you can buy infrastructure from the cloud vendor companies. Then we have a platform as a service, where you can buy the infrastructure plus platform as well. So you can categorize like one, if you are going to buy a virtual machine EC2, that comes under the category of infrastructure as a service. Then we have the platform as a service, which basically says that elastic compute, where you do not need any of the machine, or you can say example of Azure app service. These comes under the category of platform as a service. So third is the software as a service, where you can say that application, the infrastructure, and the platform all is built on the cloud platform. So that comes under the category of software as a service. If you are using Gmail or GoToMeeting or WebEx, these type of tools already built on the cloud computing. So if you are using that tools, you are automatically using power of cloud computing. So now let's discuss about top cloud providers. Amazon Web Services like AWS, this is number one into the market. Then we have Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud, Rackspace, Serverspace. So there are tons of cloud providers nowadays available, but AWS is one of them, and it's into the number one position from the last 10 years. So stay tuned to learn this type of things with us.